Good morning, everybody. I'm still in the morning here. So my name is Noel Ahoussou. So I'm from Cote d'Ivoire. So today I'm going to talk about the renewable energies challenges in my country. Um, so to go through the summary, so Cote d'Ivoire is a country located in West Africa, and for many decades we've been struggling with providing the right energy to the population. So over the last 40 years, we've seen the needs being multiplied by 8, and the individual electricity need has tripled over 40 years. So this has brought a huge challenge to the authorities about how to manage the energy mix for the country. So the idea that brought me to that subject was to understand how what was the challenges and why we're not having more uh, influence of renewable energies in the energy market. So as you can see on the two graphs below, this is just showing the increase in the demand uh, among the on the electricity among the market. So I will focus on the energy, but the energy that we use to produce electricity. So for the history, uh, from before the 1980s, we were producing most of our energy from hydroelectricity, which was great. We were producing uh, enough to cover their needs at that time. But in 1983, the country has gone through a severe drought that basically dropped out the trust in hydroelectricity to be able to sustain the needs of electricity for the country. So a decade later, we discovered gas, which allowed the country to add uh, fossil energies to the energy mix for the country. For the country, so we've seen then the fossil energy to develop at a higher rate in the country than the renewable energies. So the issues that this is bringing is that we are not going in the way to encourage a sustainable energy mix. I mean, mostly for when we talk about sustainable development. So the question were, can we move to a greener energy while meeting the electricity consumption needs for the population? And what is the best mix we can have, which is going to include both energy, renewable energies, and other energy sources to provide electricity? So the objectives of this article were to understand the implication of each source of energy, to compare them, and to select the best mix we can have for the country. So as methods, I used mostly the levelized cost of energy, which is basically a way to compare the cost of different type of energy on the same basis, which is going to, in simple words, provide the lowest costs at each the energy should be sold in order to have a break even between the investment and the profit that energy is going to provide. And then we will look at the social environmental impact on population health, impact on the project area, impact on the environment, and other side effect on other sectors. So after my research and studies, uh, I come up to that table, which is just summarizing the results and discussion. This is just a summary of it. So basically, the, the the source of energy, which is outstanding throughout all this, is still the hydroelectric energy, which has the best LCOE and a very low CO2 emission, almost nothing. And the other social and environmental impacts are better than the other sources. So uh, hydroelectric energy is one very best for the country. And another good thing about that is that we have four main rivers crossing the country from north to south, and this is giving, a huge opportunity to have more dams built over those rivers and be able to provide, almost as before, a very huge amount of electric power for the country. Uh, then we still have the other we still have the other sources, so I compare them just so that we can see, without looking at what we have already in place in the country, what is best for the country. So hydroelectric power is clearly the best for the country. And looking at the other ones, I look at gas, coal, biomass, solar, wind, and nuclear. So for security reasons, nuclear energy is definitely not an option for the country right now. So we took it out. Biomass energy will increase food price in the country, and this will not be sustainable. I mean, will not be a good investment for the future, right, for the country. So I took that one out as well. And coal is a really good polluter, and the impact on the environment will be so disastrous that we also took it out from the options. Looking at the renewable energies which are remaining from that list, so we still have solar energy and wind turbines to produce energy as well. But looking at the solar energy, we can see from that first graph here that the irradiation of the country gives us the northern part of the country, which is quite suitable to produce solar energy and for that to be economically profitable. So this is about a third of the country, which is acceptable to good for solar energy deployment. But as wind energy is concerned, for wind turbines to be profitable, we will need we need higher speed, high wind speed that we have in the country. We have very low wind speed. So basically, the speed we would need for wind to be profitable is anything in between 20 to 30 miles per minute has speed to get those wind turbines to be profitable. And on the whole country, we are not even there. So the country is a very low wind speed country. So we had to take that option out, even if it looks interesting, but it's not applicable for the country. So we are remaining with gas, hydroelectricity, and solar energy. So the little drawback of solar energy is the cost. As we can see from the levelized cost of energy, it's still an expensive investment, but it has also one of the best impact on sustainable development. So we kept that into the equation. So for this article, I used several references. Five main ones are displayed over there, which basically are explaining the many impacts and how the renewable energies are viewed in West Africa mostly. So at the end of my study, I believe that the greener energy mix in Cote d'Ivoire is really attainable by having a proper mix in between the solar, the gas, and the hydroelectric sources. And this will the other sources of energy are not compatible with with politics and the country right now. So we have to take out the nuclear, coal for electricity, or biomass and wind energy. The future steps, as we have seen, the solar energy is very interesting, but there's a lot of cost, which most of the cost associated with solar energy is not just about the panels, but is also about storage. So energy storage is a major challenge to bring the price of solar energy to be more profitable. And we have seen in the country something which has been taking up from the last is private solar panels for houses, which is a good, very expensive for the same reason of energy storage, since lithium batteries are still expensive and makes it not affordable for everybody to go for it. And the last point is enhancing productivity through technology. Because with all the other sources of energy we have right now, hydroelectricity and natural gas to produce electricity, we believe that by improving the infrastructures through technology, we can even bring down the levelized cost of energy by reducing, with technology, the initial investment to produce them, and also to reduce the impact on the environment by using technology. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Noel.
Hello.
Hello. Noel, you got another 1 more minute.
I was just going to say thank you. I'm at the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.